Hello everybody, welcome back to Media Trip. This is Jason Triplett, and today we need to talk about the Nintendo Switch online service. More specifically, we're going to talk about the people that are already whining and complaining and trolling the service in comment threads across social media. It's kind of ridiculous, and we're going to talk about why. Nintendo has long been planning this online service for the Switch to compete with Microsoft's Xbox Live and Sony's PlayStation Network. They promised they were going to keep it feature-rich and keep it more affordable than the competition, and they have done that. Now, I know a lot of you have already looked at the features and the price points. We're going to go over them just real quick here. Promise not to dwell on it too long. I don't want to beat around the bush too much. We're going to get to the point. But first, let's talk about some of these features. The most obvious being online play with compatible games. And Nintendo themselves list Splatoon 2, ARMS, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Mario Tennis Aces, Sushi Striker, The Way of Sushido as examples. But you can pretty much bet that any game that relies on some kind of an online connectivity will be integrated into this service, and games coming out past September, like Dark Souls Remastered, for example, which now has an October date for Japan, that'll probably already have it pre-integrated when it ships. So that's the most obvious. And maybe this is the one point where the complainers are having an issue, because some of these games already have an online matchmaking system. It's just not very well supported. Another thing that they had talked about when they were first announcing this online service, months and months and months and months ago, were that they were going to introduce and include some NES classic titles, but with online play added for the first time ever. So there's a list of 20 games that they're going to start out with, and games that they list as examples: Soccer, Donkey Kong, Super Mario Brothers, Ice Climber, Legend of Zelda, Tennis, Mario Brothers, Balloon Fight, Dr. Mario, Mario Brothers 3, and more to be revealed. So that's already pretty strong, considering, and they're going to be planning to add more to it at a later date. This could explain why the Virtual Console has been on hold. They're actually just going to use it as a feature point to help push this online service. Makes sense to me. Next would be the save data cloud backup. This is a really requested thing from the community. They really wanted this. It's included with this. It's gonna just I don't know, make things a lot easier in terms of backing up your save data. They also list the Nintendo Switch Online app, the connectivity with that, being able to, I'm guessing it'll be like the Xbox Live app where you can look at your stats and different things like that. And certain games will be able to use that app for some sort of enhancement. We don't know what yet. It could just be like a map, open up a map in Zelda or something like that. Who knows? But it sounds pretty cool. And then brings us to the pricing plan, because that's pretty much what the other guys offer, and it really brings the Switch online network into the arena with Xbox Live and PSN. The cost, though, is going to be much cheaper. So you're looking at 1 month $3.99, 3 months for $7.99, or the best deal of it all, in my opinion, 12 months for $19.99. That's $20 a year. That is significantly cheaper than the opponents. And when you consider, you can even gather together some friends or family and sign up for the family membership for $34.99, it's still a really good deal. Now, the complaints really, people are really starting to, talk class action lawsuit, because this system that they purchased and have had for all this amount of time now has features locked behind a paywall all of a sudden. And to a degree, I can understand this. And I would be willing to bet somebody out there is going to, initiate a class action lawsuit, similar to what happened with Sony and the whole other OS fiasco. But see, in the case of the Nintendo Switch, they've been warning us from the beginning that there was going to be an online service, it was going to be paid, it was coming in the future, it was only free temporarily. So we were riding on borrowed time. They notified us way back when. All you had to do was, read. I'm pretty sure the booklet inside the packaging made mention of this. So it was only ever going to be temporary. But that doesn't stop people from going into the comment threads on Facebook and, tweeting out on Twitter, and a few whiners on YouTube, complaining about basically being forced to get this online service to continue using their Switch the way they've been using it. And while that may be true to certain regards, you have to think about this. Online servers cost money. Everybody wants servers, they want online servers, but they don't want to pay for them. But somebody's got to pay for them, and the company can't pay for them. The cost of the Switch itself, video game makers don't make very much on the consoles. They really don't. So much money goes into the components and the assembly and the testing that sometimes they lose money on consoles. They make their money back on selling games and accessories and things of that nature, which has always been Nintendo's highest point, was their first party games and accessories and things like that. So for them to launch this online service at only $20 a year, you would think people would be more appreciative that Nintendo's doing us all a favor. Nintendo's not stupid. They know that a lot of families already have a PlayStation or an Xbox. They already know that a lot of these families already subscribe to one of the online services like Xbox Live or PSN. And that's on top of services that you might subscribe to outside of the gaming spectrum, like Netflix, for example, or Amazon Prime. So they know that we're already subscribing to a bunch of stuff. And so they don't want to put this out there at this $60 or $50 or even a $40 price point, because they know it's going to make it less likely for you to want to, especially if the Switch is your secondary system in your home, that you're going to be less likely to want to pay for that online service. At $20 a year, that makes it insanely affordable. Insanely. For the content that you're getting, what did I say? 20 NES titles included. That's $1 per game per year that you get to enjoy those with online included. I mean, you can slice it up and dice it up any which way you want, but it is the best bargain in online gaming right now for what you're going to get out of it. And this is if you are a Switch owner that is going to play online games. Maybe you won't, then you don't need it. Big deal, don't get it. But to attack Nintendo for doing us a favor is the most ridiculous thing. They're not going to give it to you for free. Believe me, Nintendo has been losing money a little bit at a time, just like every other console maker does, in anticipation of getting to the point where they could turn it around. And even at $20 a year, I'm sure they'll make some little bit of profit, which I can't imagine how much profit, considering servers do cost money to run and maintain. But they're doing us a favor. We should be celebrating Nintendo. This is, something that the fans have wanted from Nintendo for a long time. And they finally put it out there, and the only thing people can do is complain and cry about it. But I'm not the one. I'm not the one, guys. I'm actually really happy about this. I think you should be too. I think everybody should be thanking Nintendo. Most of us already have a Switch now. It's the fastest selling game console in history. Not the highest grossing, but the fastest selling. I mean, this thing caught up in the market insanely fast. And just about everybody I know now has gotten one. So, you know, an online network to bring us all together is going to do nothing but good things for the Switch and the Switch community. If you want to be salty, whatever, that's on you. You're the one putting negative energy into it. Nintendo's the one doing us a favor. Well, at least that's how I feel. And I'd love to hear what you guys think. Make sure you comment down below. You know, talk about this. Let's hear some opinions out there. I'm sure there's some people that agree with me and some that don't. Let me know down in the comments. If you like this video and want to see more content like it, make sure to click the nice little thumbs up like button down there. Click subscribe and tick that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video or when I go live on one of the various games that I play on an almost daily basis now. So check back with us here at Media Trip. We'd love to have you back, and I'll see you next time.